All right, business owners, let me ask you this straight up. How much money are you lighting on fire right now and you don't even know it? You're out there busting your ass and you followed our other videos. You're building out your Google business profile, maybe even started a website. You're doing the work. But if you can't see what that work is actually doing, if you don't know where the leaks are, where the customers are actually coming from, or why they're not calling, then you're running blind. And blind costs money. Lots of money. This isn't about hope. It's not about guessing. This is about control. It's about knowing. And if you're not tracking every single thing that happens online, every click, every view, every call attempt, then you're just bleeding profit. And your competition, well, they're already playing with X-ray vision. And in this episode, we're giving you the X-ray glasses. We're putting you in the driver's seat for your entire online operation. We're talking about Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics 4, and Google Search Console. Yeah, they sound like a bunch of nerdy acronyms, but I promise you that this is the cheat code to tell you exactly where your next dollar is coming from. This is how you stop hoping that your marketing works and start knowing it works. This is how you scale. This is how you leave everyone else in the dust, still guessing why their phone isn't ringing. So if you're ready to stop bleeding and ready to start actually seeing where your customers are hiding, and if you're ready to turn every action into predictable profit, you better stick around. And trust me, if you've done any of our previous steps, this is the episode that makes all that work pay off in spades. Let's dive right in. Well, if you guys have been following along so far, we're absolutely rocking and rolling for proactive heating and air conditioning. And we have shown you every single step that we have taken up until now. Last couple of episodes, we've been working on the website. And so we're going to tie up some of those ends now. And then we're going to show you how to hook in Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, so that you can draw in the data and kind of start understanding some of your customers' interactions with your business. Once you understand their interactions with your business, you can learn how to fill in specific gaps that customers might be falling off. Like if they're going to a specific page on your website and they never make it anywhere else, then we can go to that page on the website, figure out how that we can actually get them inside the business. And then after we make that adjustment, we can go back and look again and verify that those changes have done what we thought they would do. So these will be very valuable tools. You do not have to understand this stuff. You do not have to have an understanding of what these things actually do. We need to hook these in, even if you never plan on looking at them. Because if you don't have them hooked in, even a year down the road, you have no information to guide you anywhere. So if we just go ahead, if you follow me step by step, don't even have to understand why you're doing it or how it's happening or what the purpose is, but do this because at some point in time, you can go back to this data. Maybe you hire a marketing company years down the road and they have all of this data. And now the marketing efforts for your business will be that much more powerful. So please just do this. You don't have to understand it. Follow along step by step, click for click. Put the only thing that's going to be different is your business name and the website that you're dealing with. Everything else should be click for click, letter for letter. Just follow along. So first, you're going to go ahead and log in. Before we do anything, go ahead and log into wherever your domain is hosted at. So in my case, we're going to be on GoDaddy, and we're going to be doing this for a different domain than Proactive's domain because we're going to be going through some stuff that has some sensitive information, so I don't have to blur everything out the entire screen. I'm going to go through it with Upwound here, which happens to be our software, so we don't actually even have the website fully built out or anything, and I don't have any of this stuff set up yet. Okay, so first and foremost, we're going to log in here because we are going to need to be. We're going to need the ability to get to our DNS records. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go straight over. We're going to run a search on Google for Google Search Console. When you see that, we're going to go ahead and click right into it. Start now. All right. And so once you log in, you're pulled up to here. You might not see this at all, but you're going to have to create a new account inside Google Search Console. So we're going to go down to add property. And this is where we're going to put in the domain, and we're not going to put HTTPS or anything. It's just going to be our domain.com or whatever it may be. So this one's going to be upwound.com. Okay. We're going to hit continue. This is where it's going to go to our provider. If you're already logged in, it might, as soon as you click this start verification, it might just automatically set everything up for you and you don't have to do anything. That's why I recommend logging in there first. Even if it makes you do it manually, you'll need in there anyway. So go ahead and just log in there before you do this. There we go. So it's recognized that we are a GoDaddy. We're going to go ahead and connect and authorize all of that. And now we should have access to Google Search Console. Perfect. All right. So now we are in. We're going to go ahead and go to that property. And so now you should be logged into your website on Google Search Console. We're going to go over here to URL inspection, and we're going to go ahead and type in upwound.com. Type in whatever your website is. It says URL is not on Google. That means we have not indexed it yet. The page has not been crawled yet. So come right over here and go request indexing. Perfect. Okay, so now basically what we've done is we've told Google that we want them to look at our website and put it on the internet, basically, for other people to be able to see. If it's not indexed, people can't see it. They can't see it from searches. So now we have indexed our website. We have hooked up into Google Search Console, and we will come back to this in a little bit later. So just leave this window open here. And next up is we're going to go back over to Google, okay? And you're going to type in Google Analytics. When you type in Google Analytics, we're going to scroll down here and go ahead and click into here. And then right up top here, go to Analytics. Okay, now that we are logged into Google Analytics, what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to come down here to the bottom where it says admin. Go ahead and click into that. And then at the top, we're going to add a property. Here we go. We're going to hit create. We're going to create, I'm going to go ahead and create an account because it's going to be an all new account for, this is where you put the business name. I'm going to go ahead and select Google products and services. We'll hit next. The property name is going to be the website. We're going to select the time zone. Mine should be Central Time because of where we're at. I'll put Chicago. That works. Business size, industry. I'm just going to do something like that. We'll do small. Next. All right. What do we want to do? Well, we want to get as much information in as many different ways as possible. So select everything and then create. We'll go ahead and sign our life away to Google and then accept. So far, so easy. You guys following? Don't know what the hell we're doing, but it's happening, right? Okay, this is a website, so we're going to click web. All right, then we're going to go ahead and put our website in here, and it's just upwound.com. upwound.com. And then our stream name. If you were going to be putting multiple websites in here, you might want to come up with something more original. However, I recommend only putting one website in every property. And so, or in every account. And so I'm actually going to just put website here, and we're going to create and continue. All right. So now this part's done, and it's going to give us a tag that we could put right on our website so we can start tracking some data. This is not the tag we're going to put on here though. So go ahead and exit out of this. It's going to pop up with this other screen right here. Leave this screen exactly where it is right now. Okay. Don't touch this screen. Open up an entirely new tab. I've already got one open here. And this time we're going to run a search for Google Tag Manager. And we're going to click right into the Google Tag Manager there. Once Google Tag Manager is opened up, we're going to click right over here on Create Account. Our account name will be the company name. And so this one's just going to be Upwound. The container name, that's going to be our website again. This one's upwound.com. Target platform is web again, because it is a website. Sign our life away one more time over here. All right. So now it's giving you another tag. We're still not going to quite do that just yet, because here we're going to click add new tag. Okay. Okay. The first thing that we're going to need to do, click on tag configuration. We'll go to Google Analytics. We'll click on Google Tag. All right. And then now it needs our tag ID. And so we'll click back over into Google Analytics where we were at before, where it shows all this stuff still. We're going to scroll down to where it says configure tag settings. Click on that. And then now this is going to be our Google Tag ID. So click into there, and then you can copy this, go back to Google Tag Manager, paste it. Perfect. We're done. We'll go down here to triggering. I'm going to remove that one. The triggering, we want it to trigger on all pages. And then we're going to save that one. It automatically pops up and says Google Tag, and that works for me because we're only doing one thing in here. And it's only for Upwound, so I'm not going to worry about naming conventions or anything else. Click back in. We're going to add another tag. This time we're going to add a GA4 event tag. So click on tag configuration, click on Google Analytics, and then we're going to click Google Analytics GA4 event. Okay, now we need the measurement ID. So go back over to our other page. We're going to exit out of that. We're going to exit out of that. And then we're going to scroll back up to the top where it says measurement ID. Click that to copy it. Boom. Paste. Loads it up. Click on event name over here. We're going to want that to actually be event. Okay. Perfect. Come down here to triggering. We want to trigger it on all pages again. We're going to save it and let it rename it itself. Okay, so now we have those two on there. Still don't need to know what in the hell that is, any of that stuff. But now we're going to come over here. We're going to click into variables. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to add every single variable. Now, what is that doing? All that is doing is saying, gather every bit of possible information that you can, even if I don't currently need it, because it's always better to have information and not need it than to need information and not have it. So always gather as much information as possible, and very likely in the future, some point in time, we'll be able to use it to our benefit. All right. So now every single one of those are clicked, and we're going to click submit. Perfect. And then we can name this. It's going to automatically name it version 2, but I always end up doing that. We'll just call it initial setup. Perfect. Publish. Done deal. All right. So now we have our Google Analytics, we have our Google Tag Manager set up. All right. So now everything is now it's completely set up. And now all we need to do is put it on our website. And so if you click right there, right in our version, you can click right here. If you are back on the workspace side again, you can click right up here onto the GTM. Go ahead and click that, and that's going to give us what we need to do. So we're going to copy this first one. It says right here, it says paste this code as high in the head of the page as possible. All right, so we're just going to copy this real quick, and then we're going to go back over into Upwound or HighLevel if you guys are using HighLevel, either way. Or if you're using a different platform to build your website, just paste this code into the head of every single web page, basically. So we're going to go over into Upwound, and then we're going to go to our website here, which is this one. This is the one that is active currently. We'll go into settings. And then as you can see here, it'll have head tracking code. Now, this is the head tracking code for the entire website. And we're going to save that. Then we're going to go back over here, and then we're going to paste the body, copy and paste the body tag. And then we're going to save that. Perfect. And now that that is saved, now we can come over here and let me just go ahead. We'll copy that. All right. And then now we test it, and it comes back with a check mark, which means all of that is set up properly. Now we can take this one little bitty step further. We'll go back over here into our Google Analytics. We'll go ahead and exit out all this stuff, continue to home. All right, and then once we get back here, we're going to go all the way down here to where it says admin. Click on that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to link our Google Search Console. So you see what it says Search Console links. We'll go ahead and click that. We're going to link. Choose account, and then you're going to choose the exact one that you just set up. We'll confirm it. Next. It's a web stream. The website, boom, done, connected. Cool. All right. And now we are all set up, ready to rock and roll. You're all ready to get more information in. The more information, just like you already know, the more information that you have for things, the better you can make decisions. So if you're a heat and air guy, you hook up gauges to something, we're checking superheat, we're checking subcool here. We know what our customers are doing, where our customers are coming from, where our customers are going, and then we know how we can treat them in specific areas along their journey. I hope that this has been of benefit to you guys. And I understand and I completely get it that you're like, I have no idea what the hell I just watched. And that is perfectly fine. What I need you to do is I need you to go back through there and step by step, just do these tasks. You do these simple tasks, and in the future, maybe you figure it out in the future, and then now you have all this data to work with, or maybe you become a millionaire in the future and we can just hire somebody to do this shit for us. Either way, we will have the data in the future when we need it. And that's going to be the name of the game. People will love you in the future because you have all this data that you've been collecting for every customer, every potential customer that comes through your website. You know everything about them, and then we can target that kind of stuff with marketing efforts in the future. Anyways, We'll see you guys next time. We're rocking and rolling here. We are cruising along, and I can't wait to show you exactly where we're sitting at with proactive now. But that we'll have to wait until next week, and we'll see you there.